Welcome back to TelecomTV's Top 10 Mobile Moments, where we're taking a look at our 20 years of supporting MWC and its 3GSM predecessor. The GSMA has been through several name changes for its flagship event. Before MWC, it was Mobile World Congress, and before that it was 3GSM World Congress, and before that, yep, you've guessed it, it was the GSM World Congress. And back then, it was produced by what is now Informa on behalf of this small and very underfunded GSM MOU association. My, how things change.
Well, we're at number 5, the halfway mark in our top 10 countdown, and that means that's ShowBiz.
Oh yes, watching TV, movies or videos on our phones is second nature now. But for some, it's even the main screen they use. 20 years ago, however, this was an unobtainable dream. Handsets were underpowered and screens were, quite frankly, rubbish. But it didn't stop some from trying. Erwin Jacobs, co-founder and at the time chairman of Qualcomm, was no slouch when it came to wireless technology. A very clever chap, he took a stab at mobile TV back in 2005.
And now in the United States, we have licensed 700 megahertz spectrum, which is one of the UHF television channels nationwide, to be able to support a service of sending TV using a flow technology to the handset, working in conjunction with the cellular operators. And so this whole area is moving ahead very rapidly. Again, all indications are that users are very interested in being able to receive even short segments of sporting events, news events, other materials, and will be willing to pay something extra for having that type of service.
Well, the idea is right, but the approach is just all wrong. I mean, trying to replicate the engineering of terrestrial TV stations and the whole linear TV format. Qualcomm had its media flow, but there are others as well. Handsets just weren't ready, and we'd yet to embrace this on-demand streaming revolution.
Yeah, and Guy, I think we should have a new drinking game. We have to take a shot of tequila every time somebody says or we see the term HSDPA.
That could get very, very nasty. Now, movies were also considered right for mobile, especially as they came with plenty of bankable stars. But early efforts were focused on creating bite-sized movies, adapting the short film format that's beloved of film students, but no one else.
What do you get when you give half a dozen independent filmmakers $20,000 budgets to play with? You get 5 innovative short films with a difference. And the difference is that they're designed specifically to be shown on the 2-inch screen of a standard mobile phone.
You wouldn't want to show Lawrence of Arabia on it, he'd look like a pixel, but I had some small details, like the little girl who was doing the little dance. She was really tiny, but she's just the fact that there's not much around her and the fact that she's moving, she pops right out. So there is a lot of detail that small that you pay attention to.
People are moving around a lot. They like this. I use a device as well. When I travel, I watch stuff all the time, and it's a way of staying connected almost emotionally to people by, that's why we go to the movies, to see stories, to feel connected. And as we travel and run around this world now, it's like if it's there with you, you feel kind of comfortable.
I think it's if you take a look at music, cinematic entertainment, broadcast entertainment, it really is working with all of those industries to have them start focusing on mobile. And some of it will be repurposing content, that are used in other media, but some of it increasingly will be how we look at this media on its own and developing a compelling experience for mobile users. And that's really what we need to do, is work with those industries.
Is this the shape of movies still to come, delivered direct to your mobile phone? Or would you prefer to sit back in the comfort of the cinema? There's no doubt which way the 3G mobile operators would like you to go. Kent Barker, 3GSM TV.
Wow, 2-inch screen and a Sony Ericsson Walkman phone, how things change. Now, there were some really good short films produced, but it was just, it's another red herring. But that didn't stop them from trying. And if Hollywood wasn't working, well, there was always Bollywood. Bollywood premieres its first feature films for mobile viewers right here at the 3GSM show, a development that could have a significant impact on the global mobile entertainment market, already worth some $23 billion.
So I think it's really clear for everyone to see the immense potential in the market that mobile networks have in India as well as Bollywood has over the world. I mean, Bollywood as an industry has been reaching out to Indians across the globe for over a century now. And we produce more movies than Hollywood, about 1,000 movies a year, I believe. And they're dubbed in 35 different languages. They're viewed in 127 countries.
But the movie moguls just weren't getting it.
Avatar has broken box office records around the world, becoming the highest grossing movie of all time, taking over the top spot from Titanic. Now, John Landau was the producer of both those films, but yesterday he switched his attention from the big screen to small. TelecomTV's Leila Maki spoke to the producer at the Mo Film event.
I don't think we would ever make Titanic or Avatar for the small screen, but I think that there are opportunities for us to use it for marketing, to use it for merchandising of different things. But I do think that mobile offers us a unique distribution methodology to look for other ways to put content out there. I don't think we would ever finance a movie for the small screen, but I think we would support young filmmakers, and that's what MoFilm is doing. They're going out there and giving opportunities for young filmmakers and using mobile as an opportunity, as a distribution method, and I think that's very exciting. Our industry has to look to all mediums and how to exploit them and how to take advantage. Making film content is an expensive endeavor, and we have to look at all the opportunities we have to recoup those costs.
Avatar has raised the profile of 3D movies, and with prototype 3D TVs already in development, surely a 3D mobile phone won't be far behind.
I think you might see 3D films on a mobile screen even before you see it on television screens. I think 3D is very easy to do for a single viewer without glasses, and I think mobile devices offer that as an opportunity, and I think we'll see it pretty soon.
Don't hold your breath. I wonder, actually, what will come first, 3D phones or Avatar 2?
Oh, please, 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 let it be 3D phones. Well, I think we can say that TV and movies came to mobile in spite of the mobile industry rather than because of it. But what about music? Another lucrative business just ripe for mobile.
We're not just falling far short of our potential, but we're also leaving billions of dollars of profit unrealized. And actually, it's amazing that we've generated as much revenue as we have through mobile music, given how cumbersome the consumer experience can be. Just imagine what we could do if it were fun and seamless. And when we do offer consumers a rich, seamless, and compelling experience, then we really will start to fulfill our potential.
Well, he was unashamedly honest about the nature of the business, money.
And I'm sure he had a lot of friends in the mobile industry. He seems like a lot of fun himself.
But what about the artists themselves? Hosting awards is all well and good, but every showbiz celeb with an interest in tech wants a platform at the actual conference, for better or worse.
And I think what you're going to have is like NASCAR, right? You have race car drivers. They drive. Jeff Gordon drives his car. But groups don't have their device.
Right.
Right. Our music lives on a whole bunch of different things. And it doesn't, right? I think you're gonna have. It's gonna change when Black Eyed Peas and our affiliates, or a record company, if you will, has their device, their Spalding basketball to play basketball.
Right.
Here, a record company is just as important, just as important as football or soccer or basketball and baseball. But we have no ball. We have to use everybody else's ball to play, and that's the problem.
That makes sense.
That makes sense to you, Ray?
Yeah, absolutely. He wants music on his ball and his NASCAR.
Oh, okay. Well, there's more from the talented host of Planet of the Apps, incidentally not renewed for a second series.
Because right now, when I go on to make music, in my back of my mind, I'm thinking 11 songs or 12 songs. Right. And the reason being is because that's the information that fit on the lacquer. And then when Sony and Philips made the CD, for some reason it was still that amount of information because the contracts. Wait, you're a lawyer. Because the contracts, what are you going to change contracts for? So the contracts were all dummied up for a vinyl model and now a CD model. But now we're just trying to adapt that on a mobile model. No, you got to change it all, get rid of it, have a new experience, and that's content. It's sketches. It's mobile sold, whatever, and artists have to stop being lazy. Like, here's my 11 songs, do what you want with it. Nah, homie, you need to get new artists with new visions and all that stuff, because tomorrow isn't yesterday.
Wise words there, O Guru.
Well, I think he was saying that as well as tomorrow not being yesterday, that the world needs to change, that we need innovation, not contracts. And we need music on a ball.
Ah, yes, totally agree. And I think we have one final nugget of wisdom from Mr. Will.I.Am.
Right. Who is Max Headroom?
Come on, Will. Everyone knows that. And by the way, thanks for the trousers.
Shooty, the wrong trousers, Gromit. Well, we placed this moment at number 5 in our top 10 countdown. But what do you think? Have you got any memories to share with us? If you do, then get in touch. Email, LinkedIn, or use a form on the website.
But stay tuned, because coming up next is number 4.